Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Traveling Gun. My name is Thomas. I'm a regional flight attendant. For those who are new, to all my returning subscribers, thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. Today I begin my very first trip of November. It's a 5-day trip. This is a trip I basically picked up to get more credit hours because I had a 200 trip here, and we all know I don't work 200. Besides, it was a 5-day on a 200 and 5 legs each day. Not gonna happen. And so I work a 5-day, but I end on go home day at like 8 in the morning. So it turned out good for me. But today, can't remember how many flights I have. I know I go from Atlanta to Raleigh on a deadhead, sit for a couple of hours, go from Raleigh to LaGuardia, probably sit again, and then LaGuardia to Norfolk, because I don't end in Norfolk until like 10 o'clock tonight, close to 11. So I know that I have some sits in between there somewhere, but I'm not for sure. But if anything changes, I'll keep you guys updated. And let me get on this shuttle and get to the airport. Hello everybody, I've made it here to Norfolk. Today's flights were very uneventful. Nothing actually happened. It was a pretty smooth, easy day, 2 legs that I worked. And we're here late at night. It's about 11 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow's a very late report. I don't have to be at the airport until 3:15. And it's another 2-leg day for me tomorrow. So other than that, I'm just finna use this time to go to sleep and rest, because I usually don't get a lot of sleep on my off day. So I'm not gonna work out tonight. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. Whenever I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna work out before I have to report. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just use this time just to go to sleep and not do anything else. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is day 2. Last night had a great sleep, slept in. This hotel doesn't offer breakfast, but since I am a rewards member of this particular hotel, I get $15 to use in one of the restaurants that they do have. So I did take advantage of that. After I worked out, got me something to eat for lunch, and I'm gonna get our day started today. So I have a 2-leg day. I just go from Norfolk to JFK and then JFK to Milwaukee, and I'm done by 9 o'clock tonight. And tonight is a more shorter overnight. I think it's like 12 hours because I have my flight tomorrow leaves at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's another short night, and then yeah, that's it. And then, you know, like I said, this is a pretty easy 5-day that I picked up because I had a 200, and I was off for the last 5 days. I forgot to tell you that. Technically 2, but because I picked up reserve days at the end of October, which I knew they weren't going to use me, I basically had off days pretty much. So other than that, I'm gonna get ready and go downstairs, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Milwaukee. Hello everybody, made it here to Milwaukee. Today's 2 flights were very uneventful, no sits in between. And we were light. We were very, very light on both flights, so it didn't take long to do service. Right now, I have an early report tomorrow. Like I said earlier this morning, I have to be up at 6:30, but we have a long day. My report time is at 7:55, but I don't end tomorrow until like 9 o'clock tomorrow night in Raleigh, because I have a lot of sits in between my flights tomorrow. So it's gonna make it a long day. But what I'm gonna do is go downstairs. I can't remember if the equipment is broken here or not, so I'm gonna go downstairs, see if I can get a quick workout in, and come back upstairs, shower, get ready for bed, and get ready for day 3. Good evening, beautiful people. Sorry about this morning. I actually got a late start. So what I did was I woke up and I just laid there in the bed, didn't go back to sleep, and just kind of daydreamed and realized time was passing by, so I had to rush and get down. So that's why I didn't speak to you this morning. Today was a long day, 14-hour day. I have min rest tonight, which is only 10 hours, and I have to be at the airport at 8:15. It's going on 10 o'clock right now. And yeah, today was just very uneventful. Nothing happened, just a long, drawn-out day with sits in between each flight, with the exception of the last turn from DC. Tomorrow, I'm hoping we can try to get in a little bit early to Knoxville so I can take the last flight out from Knoxville to Atlanta, since only thing I have to do on the next day is just deadhead home. But the last flight leaves out at 7:47. We're not supposed to block in until 8:15. So I don't think I'm gonna make that unless some miracle happens and we do, and I have enough time to go around and try to, unless we come in like 30, 40 minutes early, which I hope we can do, but we're leaving out of LaGuardia, so that's not likely. But I'm a hope for it. I'm a hope that we do. And that way I don't have to spend the night at Knoxville and I can get home that night and just wake up on Saturday morning and do whatever it is I need to do. But other than that, I'm finna get ready and shower and go to bed. It's been a long day, minimal rest, and I'm gonna try to get my sleep tonight. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for day 4. Good morning, everybody. Today is day 4. It's another 4-leg day, another almost, I think, 14-hour duty day, 13-hour duty day it is. Do 4 legs, go to LaGuardia, sit for an hour and a half, come back to go from LaGuardia to Pittsburgh, then Pittsburgh back to LaGuardia, sit for another hour and a half, and then I end up in Knoxville tonight. And like I said, I'm trying to make the last flight out to Atlanta. That way I don't have to wake up as super early just to take a day ahead back home on Saturday. But I don't feel too confident about, just, I'm being realistic, not negative, as far as the logistics of LaGuardia and trying to make it there. We might make it there before the flight leaves, but I probably make it at the time where they cut off boarding and closing the door and get ready to push back, because of just the time that it does leave, unless it's delayed or something like that. But other than that, I'm finna go ice a little bit, about 45 minutes before my van time. I'm finna go downstairs and get breakfast, since it's gonna be a long day. And I'll see you guys a little bit later on tonight to let you know what happened, or if anything changes in between, I'll keep you updated. Hello everybody, I'm in a hotel room now. I'm not in Knoxville and I'm not at home. So tell you all what happened this morning. We got to the airport about 8 o'clock and we got a message saying that we were going to be delayed because there are low ceilings in LaGuardia. Low ceilings are basically either A, the clouds are really low and the visibility is under a certain amount of feet, so the planes cannot land. In this case, there was a lot of fog in LaGuardia and it wasn't supposed to clear up until like 11 or 12 o'clock today. So we sat around the airport, and I think within the hour, they canceled the LaGuardia flight from Raleigh. Then we had to wait for them to update our schedules to see what they're gonna do with us. They ended up taking everything away from us. We were supposed to do just a Raleigh to DC, DC back to Raleigh, and then deadhead tomorrow morning. Now, we would have, if the DC flight would have been on time, we would have been able to get back here about 6:30-ish, and I could have got on the last flight out of Raleigh to Atlanta at 7:50. But the DCA flight keeps getting delayed and keeps getting delayed and keeps getting delayed. And at the rate that it's going, we will be on, if we do the DCA turn, it'll be 8.5 hours of rest, which is illegal. Which on top of, we had minimum rest last night, on top of a 14-hour day yesterday. And the pilots were talking about they're gonna call in fatigue, and basically our captain got us a day room. So we're in the day room until about 5:30, and we're gonna see what happens after that and see if we get any updates. But other than that, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm gonna take me a little quick nap. I'll see you guys when I get up. Boy, it's been a day. So we left here 6:20, went to wait for the DC flight, kept getting pushed back. Pilots were gonna time out once we hit the DC. Now, their contract is totally different from ours, so they can only work up to 14 hours. We can work up to 16, and they can ask us if we wanna work past 16 hours. So we weren't gonna time out just yet. But the pilots, you don't have to ask them. They just cannot work after 14 hours, and we would have been stuck in DC. So what they did was they delayed the flight until 6 something in the morning. Now, I was gonna go home on the last flight to Atlanta, but then I thought about it. They might make us work that DC flight in the morning. So I didn't go because I didn't know what was gonna happen, and I didn't wanna go home and then, oh, they made us work the DC flight. So at best, I'm waiting for them to update my schedule. Hopefully they do it before I go to bed. and I don't get it like in the middle of the night, because I want to try to get on the earlier flight to make it home to Atlanta. And if I don't, you know, I have a deadhead, you know, 45 minutes later after the first flight. But I'm just trying to get home as early as possible because I only have 2 days off and it's a Saturday. So, but yeah, I'm finna go work out and come back and continue to edit some videos. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for go home day, hopefully. Good morning, all. Today is go home day, but I got extended, so therefore I won't be going home at 8 o'clock in the morning, getting home at 8 o'clock in the morning. Instead, I'll be getting home at 3:30. Now, how can they extend me, you ask? Well, since the flight yesterday was delayed till this morning, I have to work it. And since I'm not going into a base, I'm going from outstation to outstation. The fastest way to get me home is to work these flights and to deadhead home at 3:30. So that's why. Now, if we was going from Raleigh to New York, then I would have done that, worked that flight, and then went deadheaded from New York back to the house. But that's the only way, and they can do that because that's the only way, the fastest way to get me home. So it happens. This is my first time actually ever getting extended. Like, yeah, about for more than an hour, I should say. This is the first time in 5 years ever being extended more than an hour from my original go home day time. So it is what it is, you know. It comes with the business or whatever. But anyways, I'm finna get ready to go downstairs, and I'll see you guys a little bit later once I get home to close out the video. Hello everybody, so I finally made it home. I wasn't able to get on the earlier deadhead because there were no more seats available. There was a flight attendant in the flight attendant jump seat, so I couldn't take it. But our pilots got on, they took the pilot jump seats. And, you know, that's just how it happens sometimes. You get extended even though you're not supposed to because of weather delays or what have you. You just got to roll with the punches, and, you know, this is the not so glorious lifestyle of a flight attendant is, you know, the delays and the extensions and things like that. So you just roll with the punches and make the best of the situation. I'm off for a couple of days, so I'm just going to make the best of that, rest up, and then I have another 5-day. But as always, hug on the ones that you love. Tell the ones that you love them. I'm out.